what's the deal? Miss your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag, you know what I mean? As of this recording, it is 6:18 p.m., June 29th, 2026. You know what I mean? This is the first and only video of the day. You know what I mean? It's fucking beautiful here. You know what I mean? Here in Brooklyn. It's about, as I'm talking to y'all live, I'm not even gonna pause it. I want to see how many degrees it is out right now, because it's 83. So Wednesday, you know what I mean? They said that it's going to be hot like a motherfucker, like close to 100. You know what I mean? So there's a huge heat advisory. You know what I'm saying? There's a massive heat advisory and shit. You know, for Wednesday. You know what I mean? So, you know, thankfully I don't work Wednesday. You know what I mean? So I'm actually off that day. But still, like I'm carrying water like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm definitely carrying some water. Because I'm not trying to burn, you know, I'm not trying to sweat and heat and shit. And I gotta set my air conditioner up too. You know what I mean? So real quick, last night I was gonna make a video, but like there was a crazy commotion like outside my projects last night. Now I mean, there was like somebody was in a motorcycle, they hit mad people. That shit made the news. I'm like, damn, bro. That shit is crazy, man. You know what I mean? Right there in Commodore Barry Park. You know what I mean? Which is across the street from where I live at. You know what I mean? Here in Fort Greene. You know, but nonetheless, let me go on with the video, because last night was this weekend was a crazy wrestling weekend, right? It was a crazy pro wrestling weekend and shit. And, you know, last night capped off the weekend with 3 pay-per-views, right? With TNA Slammiversary, which was really, really good. You know, we seen Uha Nation, a.k.a. Apollo Crews, know what I mean, get there and stuff. And, you know, Nick Nemeth is TNA World Champion. You know, Mike Santana is basically all but gone. He's all but gone. He's all but WWE bound. We know this is happening, right? And then NXT, you know, Great American Bash, which I watched it with Mama Tag. You know what I mean? We were watching it together. Let me tell you something real quick, okay? Kendall Gray is, in my personal opinion, one of the best women's wrestlers out right now, hands fucking down, without a shadow of a fucking doubt. That girl's no joke. Like, she is built from the ground up from the Performance Center. You know what I mean? Like, she's going to be, WWE has something special with Kendall Gray. She is fucking amazing. That match that she had with Lola Vice was insane, bro. It was insane, B. You know what I mean? That was a great fucking match. That was a terrific fucking match. You know, hold on real quick. Now, I mean, like, she deserves all the props in the world for that match with her and Lola Vice. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, WWE knows what they got in Kendall Gray. Like, they're just building her from the ground up completely, right? You know, hey, and then you had AEW's Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door. Let me tell you something, right? I didn't watch the pay-per-view. I don't watch AEW pay-per-views. I just see little snippets here and there. And if it wasn't for the last 3 matches, first and foremost, I got to give AEW props. I do like the way the cage match look. You know what I mean? I think they call it Death's Door. I do like the way how it looked. Around cage, you know, around a squared circle. That looked fucking, that looked fucking sick. I'm not gonna lie. I give him credit for that. Now, I mean, I seen snippets of, you know, Mercedes Moné versus Myra World. Myra World is a beast. No doubt about it. She's clearly a fucking beast. You know what I'm saying? And what's his face? You know, damn, what the fuck? Hold on one more. Yeah, sorry about that. Swerve and Will Ospreay. Great fucking match too, right? If it wasn't for those 3 main events, right? Because they deemed it a triple main event. If it wasn't for those main events, right? Those 3 matches, the show would have been shit. The show was already shit, to be honest. The show was beyond what we call in Spanish basura. It was trash. It was trash. You know what I mean? And it seems like Tony Khan doesn't learn his fucking lesson into moderating these fucking shows. Because, you know, I'm over here waiting for, like, I'm gonna keep it a stack with y'all. I was waiting to see JD from New York's review on the show. And when I seen his tweet saying that, no, we're gonna go a couple more minutes, I'm like, yo, don't tell me he's gonna come on at 1 o'clock. I gotta get my ass to work. I gotta go to bed and go to fucking work, you know, the next day. And that's what I did, right? That's clearly what the fuck I did. I'm like, you know what? Let me just watch part of his review when I'm at work. And that's what I did. You know, so you would think that there would be moderation for these pay-per-views, especially after Double or Nothing last month here in New York City. But no, the pay-per-view ended at 12:45. Now, mind you, this was in the West Coast. This was in the fucking West Coast, right? It was in the West Coast. So, you know, the show ended at 12:45 Eastern Standard Time. So, in the West Coast, it ended at 9:45, you know, Pacific time, right? Pacific Standard Time. And the AEW needs better timing with their fucking pay-per-views. This is like this every fucking month. Every month, like, you get 4 pay-per-views. Like, what the fuck we doing, bro? The fuck we doing? Now, I mean, this motherfucker gonna put match after match after match after match. And I'm like, yeah. You know, he's going, like, almost every fucking match is like 20 minutes. 20 fucking plus minutes, right? And the other thing, too, is the Forbidden Door concept is done. It's done. There's nothing in Forbidden Door anymore that screams, you know, New Japan Pro Wrestling, AEW. Everything was dominated by fucking AEW. The only thing that was of importance for Forbidden Door, that meant something with Forbidden Door, was Tekla. That's the only thing that meant a lot. Other than that, the show was trash. The concept is done. The concept like, AEW fucked that concept up so bad that, you know, again, what the fuck could they do? What the fuck could All Elite Wrestling do at this point with this concept? You can't do shit. They ran that well dry. And now, you know what I mean? Like, they gotta rebrand this shit. You gotta rebrand it, bro. But the thing is, how the fuck do you rebrand it? Because Forbidden Door is one of AEW's flagship pay-per-views, right? Forbidden Door to AEW is like Money in the Bank to WWE. You know what I mean? Or a fucking Survivor Series. That's what it is. Now, I mean, it's one of their top pay-per-views, right? And so, you know, it's amazing. Hold on, damn, man, fucking fire truck. Hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. It's amazing how Tony Khan is still running the mill with this fucking Forbidden Door pay-per-view and the Forbidden Door concept, when there's nothing, like, there was basically nothing in that pay-per-view that screamed Forbidden Door, right? And then on top of that, you're still getting a fucking 4-hour pay-per-view. 4 fucking hours, nigga. 4 hours. At least with TNA Slammiversary, you got about a good 2.5 to 3 hours, right? Same thing with Night of Champions. You got about a good 3 hours, right? Like, what the fuck we doing? You know, and speaking of Night of Champions, shout out to Sami Zayn for winning the WWE Championship. Like, you know, he's busted his ass for years and years and years in the Indies, going all the way from Ring of Honor, El Generico, you know what I mean, to debuting with WWE in 2013. Where he had that banger with fucking, you know, Adrian Neville and, like, in the Black and Gold days. Like, what the fuck? I miss those days. You know, speaking of Black and Gold, I don't know if y'all seen this, but Mercedes Moné put up she put up a little tweet with her and Bailey. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I see what she's doing. You know, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, Mercedes Moné can get it. Like, she can get it. I see how she looked yesterday. She can get it. Myra Will is gorgeous too, but you know what I mean? Mercedes Moné can get it. You know, but again, like the concept is dead. The concept of Forbidden Door is done. It's done. Like there's nothing there with Forbidden Door. You know what I'm saying? Like again, like what other promotion are you gonna use to, you know, to do this Forbidden Door pay-per-view? What, MLW? What the fuck does MLW have? What the fuck do they have? They have nothing. Right? They have absolutely fucking nothing. What, the NWA? You done burnt the bridge with the NWA. You know what I mean? With that stupid ass national championship. Remember with the whole national title shit? Remember that? It's bullshit, yo. It's bullshit. But Tony Khan and AEW definitely needs to moderate these. What? Not Will Ospreay. Zack Sabre Jr. and Kenny Omega. Come on, like that doesn't constitute fucking, you know, a Forbidden Door. Get the fuck out of here. That shit was trash. The match was okay. You know what I mean? The match was good, I'm not gonna lie. Kenny Omega, great. You know, Zack Sabre Jr., boring. He's fucking boring. Zack Sabre Jr. is boring. I don't fuck what no one says. But yeah, Tony Khan definitely needs to rebrand Forbidden Door, because there's nothing forbidden about this pay-per-view. Nothing. It's corny. You know what I mean? It's fucking corny. And yes, I know about Jay White, right? Jay White is back, right? He's desperately needed in their programming, but they fucked over Jay White so bad that I don't got faith in the AEW to make them elevate him to, you know, to higher where he's at. You know what I mean? He's only there because, you know, they try to stop, you know, they didn't want him to go to WWE. He didn't want to be in AEW. Like, come on, man. Come on, B. You know. But yeah, man, like I said, you know, the pay-per-views, 4 hours long every fucking time. And Lord knows how long Redemption's gonna be in Canada. Lord fucking knows. Because, man, that pay-per-view is going to be long. It's going to be long. It's going to be longer than the fucking dump I took this morning. You know what I mean? And yeah, I went there graphically, motherfucker. I took it there. I took it there, motherfucker, but who cares, right? Anyway, guys, I'm about to be out. You know what I mean? I got work in the morning. You know what I mean? I got, you know, by the time this gets uploaded, you know, I'll be getting ready for bed and on my way to work tomorrow. So I'm gonna definitely holler at y'all, Mayana.